Well, for the millions of patients struggling with depression, putting their faith in medications to feel better, this won't come as happy news. Today, British researchers said several popular antidepressants are essentially no better than a placebo. Our health reporter, Maureen Taylor, is here to explain. Maureen, tell us more about this study.
Well, Peter, this was a review of all of the clinical trials on 4 antidepressants, and their names will be familiar to many Canadians. They are Prozac, Effexor, Paxil, and Cerazone. Now, Cerazone was withdrawn from the market because of liver toxicity a few years ago, but the other 3 remain wildly popular. Last year, Canadian doctors wrote 20 million prescriptions for these and similar medications known as SSRIs to the tune of about $1 billion. But you know, Peter, when researchers actually analyzed all of this data, they found that these medications were no better than a dummy pill or a placebo in people with mild and moderate depression. It wasn't that people didn't feel better on the drugs, because they said they did. It's just that people taking the dummy pills felt better too. The only group that seemed to derive some benefit were people with severe depression, and even then, the authors of the study say that benefit was questionable. Peter?
All right. So why were these drugs approved if they're not effective?
You know, that's a good question, because we don't always get the reasoning from the FDA or Health Canada when they approve or don't approve a drug. But here's the reaction to this study from one drug industry representative in the UK.
These medicines have been licensed by a number of regulatory authorities around the world, including here in the United Kingdom, and therefore the regulatory authorities, looking at all the evidence, have determined that they do work better than placebo.
Now, what should people taking these medications do? The first thing they shouldn't do is stop taking them before talking to their doctor, because they can experience side effects if they do. But this does point to the fact that these medications don't work in everyone, and perhaps it's time to take a less invasive approach to treating depression, like talk therapy, before turning to medications. Peter?
All right, Maureen, thanks very much. Health reporter Maureen Taylor.